a long time ago. I didn't bring my notes in, but I have them in my book, and a lot of this research I've collected over the years about our people and everything like that. Before, this was actually a reserve, and before there was a dam here, this was actually a rapids. A rapids that actually flowed really through, flowed right through the reserve. Where this gym is located right now was actually underwater at one time. That was the shoreline up there, and that was the way the people lived before the dam was actually built. And these are, and everything was underwater, believe it or not. And this was the rapids, and they used to call it gymnasium at that time, place where they catch fish with nets. But it was also a place where they actually utilized fishing. Fish was the main diet of our people, right, at that time. And you know, there was no McDonald's and everything like that, so they had to utilize what was there, right, you know, and that was one of them, fish. So they used to pile rocks up where the fish would go and swim, and by the time they get into those little swimming pools, it's like stockpiling fish, right, right off the rapids, and then they'd spear them, take them home for dinner. It was like a fish trap, but it was actually utilizing the actual rapids that was there. So a lot of times when they had this area over here, sometimes the water wasn't as high, and they would play what they call a traditional golf. And I'm trying to figure out, I remember what that word is for golfing, but they used to actually golf back and forth here when they were kids, some of the elders, and they would tell you that, because that's how hard the hard mud was over here. It wasn't actually ground, it was actually hard mud, so they'd make holes in there and then knock the ball along the shoreline. That was one of their Moccasin Games at that time. And there's a certain word for it, and I don't think that's ever been recorded other than, you know, lacrosse and stuff like that, but they actually had that kind of sport over here. So